Okay, good morning everybody. I'm out in the garage again this morning, getting ready to go for a ride. Before I do, I want to do a couple things here. This is a 2021 Adventure Sport ES-DCT Honda Africa Twin that I just picked up the other day. Now you're going to need your key. Turn your key, push forward on the back section to remove that back seat first. Let me hold that. Let's get this back seat off. Okay, let's look at this. Underneath the back seat are tools. And you can see the latches. And here's the locking pin that locks into this. I'm going to use this tool in a minute, so I'm going to lay it over here. Once that is removed, the front seat should just pull back and come out. Let's see here. I can work it free with one hand in this camera. All right. Now, once you get the seats removed, let's see what we've got here. Okay, here's your fuse block. Here's your color codes. There's your ECU. I see that. So there's your fuse. Notice no battery here. So unlike most bikes, this does not store the battery under the seat here at least. So that means it's stored on a side panel. And I would say right here behind this panel, most likely it appears to be a tool kit stored in here and a battery pushed sideways. So I'm going to open this up because I'm going to put some a lead on here. Now I buy these in multiple packs, and I'm going to install one of these pigtails. However, make note that this bike uses lithium ion, not the old lead acid battery. So unlike my other bikes that I use battery tenders on, I use lead acid battery tenders. This one is going to require a switchable or a lithium ion battery tender. So I'll put the pigtail on, but don't mix the two. So I'll get a lithium ion battery tender for this. Now, let's see, on the other side of the bike here, okay, there's another panel here that you can use that hex wrench on, I see. More fuses behind here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove from the left side of the bike that panel. And I would suspect that Mothership Honda did not give us a long enough tool. So you want to be careful not to scratch your bike. They're not going to be long enough, so I'll probably use my own tools. These are more usable for on the road purposes. But when you're in your shop, you can use proper longer tools and stuff. So I'm going to get that panel removed. I'll patch together that section, and I'm going to put me a pigtail on for that battery. All right, more to come. Okay, as I suspected, here's that cover over on the left side of the bike, and you're going to remove these two little hex bolts. And I suggest that you always keep you one of these little magnet deals here, because man, I tell you what, you drop a little screw in there, it can be hard to find and retrieve. So but yeah, that battery's pushed in there sideways on these bikes. So I'm going to join a pigtail here on front and back, positive, negative. But that's your battery, and so looks like your starter and all sitting right there below it. There's your drain hose. Well, interesting configuration, guys. So, all right, now I did not use Mother Honda's portable on-the-road tools. I went ahead and used my own out of my shop. Just makes it easier. Those others are more portable oriented for if you have a breakdown on the road and need to get access. So, all right, so I'll patch one more section after my pigtail is installed. Okay, a couple other pointers that I see often. I just want to remind you. Okay, you can see now my pigtail is installed, but notice that my rings are on the outside. Do not put them in between your original OEM post and the battery connection, put them on the outside. Do not break contact at all. Okay, so now I've got my pigtail installed. I'm going to figure out where I want to route it away from hot surfaces. Probably going to bring it out over here somewhere. And remember that you have to use a lithium-ion battery tender on these bikes. Now these batteries don't normally drop in over time as fast as the lead acid, so I guess if you ride regularly you probably don't need one, but I'm going to put one on as a precaution. So I'm going to now tuck this away and close it up, and a job done. The last thing I wanted to suggest to you is, if you haven't already, there is a distinction. Buy you a set of Japanese screwdrivers. You're working on these Japanese bikes, there is a difference, and also I would highly recommend you buy a set of these if you don't have a set. Okay, hopefully this is helpful.